Please video like and subscribe this channel. I never expected my first mission beyond Earth to end like this, surrounded by creatures who had never seen a male human, staring at me as if I were some mythical being, while my every movement was under scrutiny. My name is Lieutenant Marcus Hale, United Earth Expeditionary Corps, and I thought I had seen it all in the training simulations. But nothing could have prepared me for the world of the Illyrians. The Illyrians were unlike any alien species humanity had encountered. Their cities floated above clouds of iridescent mist, towers shaped like crystalline flowers reaching into a violet sky. Their culture was matriarchal, governed by wisdom and ritual rather than brute force. And according to reconnaissance reports, their society had never allowed males to enter public spaces. Never. Not one human had set foot on Illyria without permission, until I did. We arrived in orbit aboard the Peregrine, a reconnaissance ship designed for rapid infiltration and observation. My orders were simple: gather intelligence, document technology, and, if possible, establish peaceful contact. But first contact rarely goes as planned. As I descended in the observation shuttle, the planet's surface unfolded below me like a living painting. The Illyrian girls, adolescents and young adults alike stood in the public plaza, their attention drawn to a glowing obelisk. My presence wasn't part of the normal schedule, and when the shuttle landed, I immediately became the center of every gaze. They froze. Eyes wide, fingers brushing against their jeweled garments, mouths opening slightly as if to speak, yet no sound escaped. I had expected curiosity, maybe caution. I did not expect pure shock. "Stay calm, Marcus," I muttered to myself, stepping carefully out of the shuttle. I raised my hands to show I meant no harm. "I'm not here to hurt anyone." The Illyrian girls whispered to one another in musical tones, their voices high-pitched and melodic, forming a language I could barely recognize. My translator struggled to keep up. One of the older girls approached, tilting her head. She was taller than the others, her silver hair braided with luminescent threads that caught the sunlight. She spoke slowly, her voice trembling in curiosity rather than fear. You are male," she said, almost as if stating the obvious. "You are human?" "Yes," I said, keeping my tone calm. "Lieutenant Marcus Hale, Earth. I come in peace." The whispers intensified. Fingers pointed. Hands covered mouths. Their reactions were not hostile, if anything. They were fascinated, bewildered, and frightened all at once. I had become a living anomaly, a story their civilization had never prepared them to witness. The Illyrians escorted me to a ceremonial chamber, a vast dome of transparent crystal that overlooked the entire city. The girls followed reluctantly, some peeking from behind pillars, others hovering near the edges. The Illyrian Council, composed entirely of females, observed me from elevated platforms. "You have broken our laws merely by existing in our plaza," the eldest counselor stated. Her voice echoed, melodic yet commanding. "No male has been permitted among us for generations. Why are you here?" "I am a scout," I replied. "My mission is peaceful. I wish to learn, understand, and establish contact with your people." The council murmured among themselves, their harmonies carrying tension I could feel in my chest. One of the younger girls, bold enough to step forward, tilted her head curiously. She whispered something in the alien tongue. The council nodded. "You will be examined," the eldest said. "Our laws demand observation before acceptance or dismissal." I didn't like the sound of that. Examined? By them. But my survival and the mission depended on compliance. The next hours were surreal. The Illyrian girls conducted a series of examinations, scanning my body, recording my vitals, and observing my movements. Every muscle, every gesture, every breath became data for their curious eyes. At first, I was tense, embarrassed, and cautious. But as time passed, I realized they were not hostile, they were genuinely fascinated. These girls had never seen a male human, and their reactions were raw, unfiltered, and sincere. One of the girls, who appeared to be a scholar, leaned closer, studying the folds of my uniform. "Your clothing, it restricts movement, yet allows flexibility. Why do you wear it this way?" "It's standard military gear," I explained. "Protects against injuries while allowing mobility during combat or exploration." The girl's eyes widened. "Combat? You move like a predator in this uniform." I chuckled despite myself. "It's just training. Humans adapt to survive." Her friends whispered among themselves. "Survive?" one asked, her voice trembling. "Your species is capable of such strength and strategy?" "Yes," I said, noting the mixture of awe and fear in their expressions. "And determination. Humans will fight for survival if necessary." Their fascination grew, but so did their questions. They wanted to know about Earth, our culture, our technology, even our emotions. I realized quickly that this was more than curiosity, it was a thirst for understanding a reality they had never experienced. But the session took an unexpected turn. One of the younger girls, braver than the rest, reached toward my uniform, examining it with trembling fingers. What is beneath this fabric?" she whispered. I froze. The situation had shifted from observation to personal. My mind raced. How much could I reveal? How much should I reveal? These were alien girls, not soldiers. Yet honesty was essential if I hoped to establish trust. I took a deep breath. "You'll see soon enough," I said carefully. "But only if you respect boundaries." The eldest counselor intervened, placing a hand on the younger girl's shoulder. "Enough. You may study, but not touch. Respect the rules of their body." The girls recoiled slightly, embarrassed and curious all at once. They were learning about human anatomy, but in a way that had never been permitted before. Over the following cycles, I became a bridge between worlds. I trained with the Illyrian girls, taught them basic human tactics, and explained the principles of exploration and survival beyond their planet. In return, they showed me their art, music, and culture, an education that no textbook or holographic record could replicate. During one training exercise, we simulated a breach in their outer defenses. I moved as I had in Earth's combat drills, dodging, rolling, demonstrating agility. The girls watched intently, their expressions a mixture of astonishment and delight. "You are incredible," one whispered. "Your movements, they are poetry and force combined." I smiled. "It's instinct. Humans learn through necessity, observation, and repetition." The group laughed nervously at my explanation, yet I saw understanding dawn in their eyes. They were beginning to see humans not as myth or anomaly, but as living, thinking, and capable beings. It wasn't all admiration. There was tension too. Some girls were fearful, others envious of my freedom, and a few questioned why a male could exist in their society at all. Misunderstandings arose, leading to heated debates in their forums. But slowly, through conversation and demonstration, perceptions changed. They began asking about the human heart, literally and metaphorically. How we experience fear, love, loyalty, and courage. I shared cautiously, knowing that trust could be shattered with a single misstep. "You speak of loyalty and courage," one said, her violet eyes wide. "Do humans never betray?" "We do," I admitted. "But we also forgive, adapt, and fight for what we believe is right." That phrase seemed to resonate deeply. It was a concept unfamiliar to their culture, one that valued order and hierarchy above all else. And yet, they were learning that humans could challenge norms, confront danger, and still retain honor. The turning point came when an unexpected event tested us all. A rogue Xanath scout ship breached Illyria's atmosphere, intent on reconnaissance and potential subjugation. Alarm klaxons rang across the city. The girls panicked, none had encountered hostile combat before. I quickly organized a defense, guiding them to positions where their natural agility and intelligence could be maximized. Together, we deployed shields, coordinated evasive maneuvers, and struck with precision. For the first time, they saw human tactics in action, quick thinking, adaptability, and improvisation under pressure. The alien girls reacted with astonishment and admiration. "You are unstoppable," one whispered. "How can one being manage such chaos?" "It's not just me," I said, gesturing to their group. "It's teamwork, trust, and knowing what's at stake." After the Xanath ship was neutralized, a wave of respect and curiosity washed over the group. They approached me not with fear, but with questions, smiles, and even laughter. By the end of my assignment, I had earned their trust. The Illyrian girls had not only seen a male human, they had seen one act with honor, courage, and intelligence. They had witnessed our culture, our imperfections, and our strength. When it was time to depart, the farewell was bittersweet. Their eyes, once wide with shock, now shone with understanding and curiosity. "You have changed our world," the eldest counselor said softly. "Your presence has taught us more than words could convey. Humans are remarkable." I nodded, humbled. "And you have shown me the beauty of seeing the universe with fresh eyes." As I boarded the shuttle and rose into orbit, I looked back at the floating city, at the alien girls who had never seen a male before, and felt a sense of connection that spanned species, planets, and cultures. Humanity had left its mark not through conquest, but through curiosity, courage, and the willingness to expose truth. And Illyria would never forget the day a human soldier walked among them, revealing secrets and inspiring awe.